Welcome to New South Wales Ants. Today we're going to be going for a little ant tour and I'm going to show you every single one of my ants that I've found this summer. And as you can see, I've been up to a bit of mischief over here. I've started making my own nests. I've been using the Waitong blocks, or known as AAC blocks, which stands for autoclaved aerated concrete. You can buy big blocks for $10 just from Bunnings. You can use a saw, just your normal saw, just to cut it. You can also buy that cheap from Bunnings. And when cutting it, I recommend doing it outside because it can be very dusty. These are the tools I've been using, a drill and just your simple screwdriver. But I do recommend get a dermal kit. Depends if you have more time than money. For the glass or acrylic plate that goes over the top, I'm going to be using an old Outworld. You can use glass from a photo frame, an old one, but let me show you guys what got me into trying to build my own nests. So I ordered this one online and I was really excited about getting it because it was a pretty cool nest, you know, it was made from gypsum. And this is what I opened it to. It was all shattered, glass, you know, the frame was broken, glass was just everywhere, it was like cracked, you couldn't even repair it, it was just terrible, I was devastated. But moving on to the ant tour, let's go. We'll start with the big Camponotuses first, let's go. We'll start here with good old Scarlet. Then I'll move on to the other girls one by one, and so on and so on. This is my first ant that I caught, Scarlet, and this is what she sees once a week from me. Oh hey baby, looking good. Now I'm going to give you guys a good close look at my queen. And if you want to try and identify her, I'll be more than happy for you guys too, because all I know is that she's a Camponotus. Do not ask me what Camponotus she is, because to me she is I think she could be a banded sugar ant, a Camponotus consobranus. So if anyone else thinks otherwise, please let me know. I could think it could be one of those Nidraceps as well. I'm not too sure, but I'm all ears. But I can tell you one thing though, she has a very healthy batch of brood. Look how many cocoons she has. And the one at the bottom's so dark it could pop any time now. But let's move on to Rose. So I'm pretty sure Rose is the same species as Scarlet, and I found them about a month apart from each other. So the only reason Scarlet is in a nest is because I ran out of test tubes at the time and I had nowhere else to put her. And she was a stubborn girl and she didn't want to move. But looking at this difference, like the time lapse between 1 month kind of thing, it looks pretty cool. And see that she's got a very healthy lot of brood as well. But let me know in the comments, I think it could be a banded sugar ant. You tell me. Oh, here's an exciting one. This girl's called Deadpool. I found her on the 8th of the 12th, 2023. Came back to life 15th of the 12th, 23. Then started laying eggs next year. What a journey. So I found this girl dead in the test tube when I brought her home. And then I put her away and she came back to life, started laying eggs. And this is her, Deadpool. She has a few eggs there if you can see. But I think she could be a consobranus as well. What do you guys reckon? So I tried to put her away in my exoskeleton graveyard, like wasps and spiders in there. And yeah, found her in here. Okay, moving on to Sunshine. Alright, this girl's got a story in herself. Starting off with her colour. Look at her gaster compared to the other two, or other three, sorry. See how she hasn't got the orange band at the very bottom of her abdomen? Yeah, she laid eggs and then she ate her eggs. Bloody cannibal. But let's move on to the little black ants. Hey, what are you doing out? I'm gonna have to bloody secure that. We're going through every single one. Starting with, hey, where'd you go? My first Iridomyrmex colony, Athena. And they are not happy because I put that ant back in. So they are all running around crazy, and this is her colony, guys. What can I say? She's doing extremely well. As you can see, all her larvae are fully fed. She's happy. All her ants are running around crazy because I just rescued one of their fellow workers. And there's a newborn, so life's good. And I found this ant inside of my house while sweeping the floor. Next up, we have good old Hera. This is another one of my first ants that I have caught. But to be honest with you guys, I am 50-50 on this ant. I don't know if she is an Iridomyrmex species because she's a bit smaller than the other ones that I have, like Athena and the three sisters. If anyone out there can help me identify her, it will be very helpful. Thank you. She's one of the most relaxed queen ants I've ever caught. And I think her ants are about to start hardening too. Here we have Sister 1. I found this one at Nepean River. Sister 1 is one of many ants that I caught on a nuptial flight over at Jamison Road, the river, the boat entrance. Yeah, I was walking the path with a pocket of test tubes, just casually catching ants like a crazy guy. I'm thinking she is an Iridomyrmex species. What do you guys think? And she has produced a lot of eggs. What can I say? In such a short time. And now we're going to be moving on to Sister 2. I found her the same place and the same time. Do you guys think she is the same species of Iridomyrmex, or possibly a different Iridomyrmex species, or maybe not even Iridomyrmex altogether? Because I'm guessing Iridomyrmex, and if I can guess right, maybe Big Nelly, because I know she was on a trail, and you know, trail ant, what can I say? Then we're moving on to Sister 3, same place, same time, and she is doing quite well, but look at her gaster. She has a dent in there. I don't know if she is the same species or not. I've noticed that they've all got a bit of brown tinge around their legs and their mandibles. But she seems like a very hardy ant. Moving on to the Survival Sisters, same place, same time, that's where I found them. So I was finding so many ants, I just wanted to test putting multiple ones in test tubes. As you can see, one of the queens have got a damaged abdomen and the other one is okay. They seem to be working together very well and surviving, so I call them Survival Sisters. They're doing really well. I can't wait to see which one's waiting for the workers to be born, so they can get the workers to kill the other one. You are the weakest link, damaged gaster. Goodbye. Oh, here we got the 4 sisters. Like, sometimes you get a real guilty feeling through the whole learning process. These girls have a massive amount of brood, but sadly, as you can see in the bottom, those 2 queens, they're getting aggressive to each other. That is not a good sign. I'm not happy about that. One's opening its mandibles trying to bite the other one. I think they could be threatening each other with formic spray. I don't know why, but what can you do? Look at them getting aggressive. But let's look at these 2. These 2 are doing so well. Such great mothers. No domestic violence here. Isn't that a nice scene? Let me know in the comments how many ants of this colony do you think are going to survive? Will it be 1? Will it be 2? Will it be 3? Because these 2 at the bottom, see that? What was that? I think I'm going to change the name of this colony to Dark Souls. But here's an old photo of them as an 8 queen colony. Okay guys, it's time for a flashback moment. So here we have the 3 queens that got killed. And on the other side of the test tube, you have the 5 that were remaining. So I called these devilish girls the 5 sisters. I think that the other 3 queens were of a different species and that's why they got killed. They were separated inside the test tube. Enough doom and gloom, let's move on to my red and yellow ants. This queen I found at work having a smoko, so I called her Fireball. So, Fireball. She has got a reddish tinge to her. I'm not too sure what species. I can barely even see through this plastic test tube. I got this from Ants Canada about 3 years ago, so bear with me. And she doesn't want to leave the test tube. Try putting her in another one, she doesn't want to budge. But she seems to be doing alright. And here we have Nikki-gast. Time to give you guys a good update on this baby girl of mine. Nikki-gast. So, she seems to have some eggs there. That's a good thing. Still has her wings. That's also cool. But I got some help from you guys in the comments and she could be a Crematogaster. So that's pretty cool. And also I get to show you guys the ants I caught during that nuptial flight and you guys can tell me if they're similar by chance. But I'll let you know if she gives male ants rather than workers. Moving on to Yellowlight. I found this girl when I was doing my washing up. She was just chilling and she was just chilling on the windowsill. She still has her wings. Eggs. Let's have a look. Dude, I think she's got an egg stuck on her gaster. What do you guys think? Okay, I found her eggs, so she is producing eggs. That's mad. But again, I could not tell you the species. It could be a yellow Crematogaster, maybe? But let's move on to some of the ants that I caught during that nuptial flight. My big-headed sisters. They have a very healthy pile of brood there. But let's get a better look at them. Would you guys say this queen is similar or the same species to Nikki-gast? I'm just curious because I caught the male ants during their nuptial flight and if it is the same, I could have actually got the same species, a Crematogaster. This queen, oh, she's walking down for us. Give us a pose. Oh, that's beautiful. Up next, Conehead. Yeah, I know, I'm terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry. I got this girl during the nuptial flight as well. So I got told by some of you guys in the comments that they could have been Crematogaster male ants. So hopefully this is a Crematogaster. I'm not too sure if it's a Fidoli or Crematogaster. I get their heads mixed up. I've always wanted to catch myself a Fidoli ant. So please guys, let me know in the comments. She's got some beautiful markings. So I got this single queen and then I got the double queen. So that was my ant tour, guys. I'll see you all next time.